Today we're going to talk about resizing images within your Squarespace website page using simple things like additional images or image blocks and spacer blocks. Very simple to do. We're going to first start by editing our page. So we'll select the edit button at top left. And then we're going to select this teardrop symbol, this teardrop shape that will allow us to insert an image block, spacer block, some other elements as well. So we'll go ahead and click on that. We're going to select image and then select our image over here. Now I can choose to upload an image, or I can also search for an image. So if we'd like to look at options, this is directly through Unsplash for free images. They'll connect directly to the website, or I'm going to choose imported. This will give you a directory of the images that you've added to the website so far. So we'll just go ahead and pick this first one here. Okay, and we'll select apply. Now, as you can see, the image has expanded to the full width of the website. It's a pretty long image, so wonderful choice if this is what you'd like to showcase or highlight on this page. Typically, though, this is going to be a little bit larger of an image than most people are looking for. So a few different ways that we can play around with this. Simplest, we can try just to drag this just a bit to shrink the image and help us to focus a little bit differently on different sections of the image. Okay. Now we're going to go in, we'll edit this image, a little pencil mark. And we're going to drag this focal point up a little higher so that we can help to focus on the top of the image. We'll select apply. And then again, we can shrink a little bit more if we like and focus exactly where we'd like. It's still taking up the width of the website, but it helps to shrink it a bit. Okay. Another option is, this is typically the one that people will go for using spacer blocks. It's a little bit easier to manipulate, and we can play around with centering the image or justifying it to one side versus the other. So we'll try that now. If we select the insertion point again, I'm going to select spacer block. And here we have it's filled in with a mandatory spacer right here for us. If we drag this to either side, we'll go ahead and drag it here to the left side. It's going to push the image to the right. And this can be a fantastic option if you want to, again, insert a text box and add some text here. If you'd like to center the image, we'll go ahead and add another spacer block, and we'll drag it to the right side of the image. And that forces the image to be centered. We can go further and drag the spacers just a little bit to shorten them up, which will also widen the image a bit. Another option would be to add another image. This will also force the image to left or right side or center it. So we'll take a look at how to do that now. Select the insertion point. We're going to select image. And again, we're going to search for the image, and I'm going to go to imported to make it a little easier. And we'll go with this one. We'll hit apply. And again, great photo. It's fantastic. But now you're talking about a long scroll, and you're not really giving much option for text anywhere. So we're going to take this image, and we're going to drag it to the right side of our first image and release. And now we can see both images have gone side by side. It's a little bit of a better image. And then we can put some text below, and it helps us to break it up visually a bit. You'll still notice that this image is longer than the first, so we'll go ahead and slide this up just a little bit to get it close. And then we're going to go back into edit, and we'll move this focal point up a bit so that we can actually see the top of her head. Select apply, and then we've got two images side by side. We can go a little further to add a spacer. We can go ahead and put that spacer between these images to give us a little space for text here, or just to keep it a little separated between images. We can slide again to make them a little bit bigger. We can even add spacers on either side if we really want to shrink up those images a bit. You can play around with this. There's plenty of options, and all of these options make it a little bit easier to work with without having to go further and optimize images and play around with things like that. We'll go ahead and hit save when we're finished. And we've got ourselves two images. Look pretty good. Have some room for text on the side or below. And really the sky's the limit. So enjoy playing around and playing with your images. Thank you.